Hello, and welcome back to Chatting in English Pod. I'm Sarah.
And I'm William. Last episode, we mastered what happens in the final 7 seconds of a conversation, the graceful exit. But today, we're exploring what happens in the days, weeks, and months that follow. Because the truth is, an exit isn't really an ending.
It's a transition, and what happens next determines whether that connection becomes a lasting part of your network or just another business card collecting dust. Today, we're diving into the fine art of the casual check-in, how to maintain connections without being needy.
Let's start with a story. 2 years ago, I met an incredible UX designer at a conference. We had one of those magical conversations where ideas were flying. We exchanged cards, promised to connect, and I did nothing. 6 months later, I needed a UX consultant for a project. I found her card, sent an email saying, "Remember me from the conference?"
Oh no.
Oh, yes. She replied politely but vaguely, and the project never happened. I'd committed what networking researchers call the transactional reappearance, disappearing when I didn't need anything, then reappearing when I did. It feels exactly as icky as it sounds.
We've all been on both sides of that equation, and that's why the casual check-in is such a crucial skill. But here's the paradox we'll solve today. How do you stay on someone's radar without hovering in their airspace? How do you show you care without appearing desperate? How do you maintain connection without creating obligation?
Dr. Karen Huang at Georgetown University conducted a fascinating study on what she calls interval reinforcement in professional relationships. She found that connections maintained with periodic, low-stakes contact were 300% more likely to yield opportunities than connections that only received transactional outreach.
But here's the key finding. The magic isn't in frequency, it's in what she calls value-added touchpoints. Each contact should offer something, information, appreciation, shared interest, rather than simply say, "I exist."
So today, we're breaking down the anatomy of the perfect casual check-in. We'll cover timing, tone, channel selection, and most importantly, the psychology of making someone feel remembered, not hunted.
Before we get to the how, we need to understand the why. Why do some messages feel warm and others feel needy? Communication researchers have identified 3 key factors that create the perception of neediness.
Factor 1, imbalance of investment. When one person is consistently initiating contact, remembering details, offering help, and the other isn't reciprocating, even passively, the relationship starts to feel lopsided. The check-in starts to feel like chasing.
Factor 2, the ask-to-give ratio. If 80% of your communications include a request, even a small one, you're in needy territory. The golden ratio? For every one ask, you should have given at least 3 times first. And giving can be as simple as an article they enjoy.
Factor 3, time elasticity. This is fascinating. Researchers at Wharton found that the perceived neediness of a check-in is inversely proportional to the naturalness of the timing. A check-in 3 days after meeting feels different than one at 3 weeks. A birthday message feels different than a random Thursday thinking of you with no context.
Let's make this practical with what I call the 3 zones of connection maintenance.
Zone 1, the warm keep alive. These are your low-effort, high-value touches. A reaction to their LinkedIn post with a thoughtful comment, a congratulations on a work anniversary, a reply to their newsletter with one genuine insight. These say, "I'm paying respectful attention," without demanding anything.
Zone 2, the value-add check-in. This is where you share something specifically for them, an article about their industry, a podcast episode featuring someone they admire, a book recommendation based on what they mentioned they're working on. The key here is specificity. It shows you listen and remember.
Zone 3, the light re-engagement. This is for connections that have gone dormant, but you want to revive. Maybe it's been 6 months or a year. These require more care, but follow the same principles. Lead with value, reference something specific from your last interaction, and keep expectations low.
The psychology here, you're not apologizing for the time gap. Sorry, I haven't reached out in forever. You're simply picking up the thread where it left off. You're also modeling the sharing you're inviting. Giving an update about yourself makes it feel conversational, not interrogative.
Category D, the event trigger check-in, the easiest kind. These are your opportunities around holidays, work anniversaries, promotions, published articles.
Template for promotion. Hi, name. Saw the exciting news about your promotion to role at company. That's such a perfect fit given your work on specific project. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Template for published work. Just read your piece on topic in publication. Your point about specific insight particularly resonated because personal connection. Really excellent work.
Why these work? They're timely, they're specific, and they're purely celebratory. No ask, no agenda, just recognition. These are what relationship scientists call deposits in the emotional bank account. They build goodwill without withdrawal.
Now let's talk about delivery, because the same message lands differently on LinkedIn versus email versus text.
Channel rule number 1. Match the channel to the relationship depth. LinkedIn is perfect for zone 1 touches, reacting, commenting, congratulating. Email is better for zone 2 value adds, more space for thoughtful sharing. Text is for established relationships only. It implies a level of familiarity.
Channel rule number 2. Respect the platform's norms. A LinkedIn message that says, "Let's connect," with no customization feels spammy. But a LinkedIn comment that adds to their post's conversation feels collaborative. An email with a clear subject line like "article about their interest" gets opened. One that says "checking in" often doesn't.
Now, tone. Written communication lacks vocal nuance, so we have to compensate. What I call the 3 tones of non-needy communication.
Tone 1, the confident assumer. This tone assumes the relationship is solid. Hope you're well. Not, I hope it's okay that I'm emailing you. Thought you'd enjoy this. Not, I hope this isn't bothering you. Confidence is magnetic. Apology is repelling.
Tone 2, the generous giver. This tone focuses entirely on what you're offering. This made me think of you. Not, I was wondering if you could. No need to reply. Not, please get back to me when you can.
Tone 3, the light touch inquirer. This tone asks questions but leaves escape routes. Would love to hear what you've been up to when you have a moment. Not, we need to catch up soon. If you have any thoughts, I'd value them. Not, I need your advice.
Now, tone. Written communication lacks vocal nuance, so we have to compensate. What I call the 3 tones of non-needy communication.
Tone 1, the confident assumer. This tone assumes the relationship is solid. Hope you're well. Not, I hope it's okay that I'm emailing you. Thought you'd enjoy this. Not, I hope this isn't bothering you. Confidence is magnetic. Apology is repelling.
Tone 2, the generous giver. This tone focuses entirely on what you're offering. This made me think of you. Not, I was wondering if you could. No need to reply. Not, please get back to me when you can.
Tone 3, the light touch inquirer. This tone asks questions but leaves escape routes. Would love to hear what you've been up to when you have a moment. Not, we need to catch up soon. If you have any thoughts, I'd value them. Not, I need your advice.
A quick note on punctuation and formatting, because it matters. Exclamation points. 1 is warm, 2 is enthusiastic, 3 is needy. Ellipses can feel uncertain, like you're trailing off. Use periods. They're confident.
Paragraph breaks. 2 to 3 sentences per paragraph max. Walls of text feel demanding. White space feels respectful of their time and attention.
And the golden rule, always proofread. A message with typos feels rushed or careless. A clean message feels considered. It's a subtle form of respect.
Let's address the elephant in the room. What if they don't reply? This is where most people either panic or give up. We need a better system.
Introducing the 3-strike recalibration system. Strike 1, you send a value add check-in. No reply. That's fine. People are busy. Wait 4 to 6 weeks.
Strike 2, send another value add, completely different from the first. Hi name, came across this different resource and thought of our conversation about different aspect of their work. Hope all's well. Still no reply? Recalibrate your expectations. This person may be a passive connection, someone you'll only interact with when there's specific mutual need.
Strike 3, if you genuinely need something from this connection, be direct but gracious. Hi name, I know you're incredibly busy, but I'm reaching out because I'm working on specific project, and your expertise in their area would be invaluable. Would you have 15 minutes sometime in the next few weeks for a quick chat? Completely understand if you're swamped.
Then, regardless of response, you leave the ball in their court. You've been respectful, persistent but not pushy, and you've maintained dignity. That's the art.
Now, some rapid-fire listener scenarios. From Twitter, what about social media interactions? Do likes count as check-ins?
Likes are the minimum viable connection. Comments are better, especially thoughtful ones. But for true relationship maintenance, periodic direct messages with value are where the magic happens.
Another, how do I check in with someone much more senior without seeming like I'm sucking up?
Senior people receive endless flattery.
What they rarely receive? Specific, informed appreciation of their actual work. I was revisiting your talk on topic, and your point about specific insight helped me navigate specific situation. Thank you. That's gold.
Last one. What's the ideal frequency for checking in with different types of connections?
New connections, once in the first month, then quarterly. Colleagues, monthly value adds, with lighter touches in between. Mentors, every 2 to 3 months with substantial updates or questions. Friends turned professional contacts, personal check-ins that occasionally include professional value.
Ultimately, the art of the casual check-in comes down to one principle. Be a person who adds value, remembers details, and respects boundaries. When you become that person in your network, opportunities don't just come to you, they're attracted to you. Because people don't just remember what you know, they remember how you make them feel. And when you make people feel seen, remembered, and valued without pressure or agenda, you build the kind of network that doesn't just serve transactions. It sustains careers, it fuels collaborations, it creates community. Next time, we're tackling a question many of you have asked: how to master the digital handshake, making virtual first impressions that last. Until then, why not send one value-add check-in to someone in your network today? Use what you've learned, and tell us how it goes at Chatting in English Pod. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, share it with your friends, and stay tuned for more. Stick around. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Truly, every episode feels special because you show up, listen, and make this community what it is. William and I pour our hearts into these conversations, and knowing that you're out there, tuning in, growing with us, and sharing your thoughts, it means more than we can ever say. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. This podcast isn't just something you listen to, it's something you're a part of. Your support helps us keep creating, keep improving, and keep bringing you deeper, better, more meaningful episodes every single week. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that subscribe button on your favorite platform. It helps us reach more people who'd love this content just as much as you do. And if you can, leave us a quick rating or review. It truly goes a long way. You can also follow us on social media, send us your questions, or share topics you want us to explore next. We love hearing from you, and your ideas often shape future episodes. Thank you again for being here. Stay curious, stay kind, and stay connected. Until next time, this is Sarah, signing off with gratitude and love. Don't forget, subscribe, share, and keep the conversation going. We'll see you in the next episode.
All right, everyone. Before we close out today's episode, I just want to take a moment to say a huge thank you. Seriously, you could be anywhere right now, but you chose to spend your time with us. That means everything. Every message, every share, every moment you tune in helps this podcast grow into something bigger than we ever imagined. Sarah and I are truly grateful for this community. This show exists because of listeners like you, and it continues because you keep showing up. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've got so many exciting stories, ideas, and discussions coming up, and I don't want you missing even a single one. Hit that subscribe button, follow us online, and stay connected with the conversation. And if you enjoyed today's episode, take just a few seconds to leave a rating or a short review. It helps more than you know. It pushes the podcast forward and helps new listeners discover our community. We always want to hear from you too. Drop your episode suggestions, your questions, or your thoughts. You inspire so much of what we create. All right, that's it for today. Thank you again for listening. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and remember to subscribe. This is William, signing off, and I'll see you in the next episode.